year, I am releasing an album. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is George Mason. I am a singer, songwriter, performer, content creator sometimes when the creativity strikes, which it so clearly doesn't a lot. I am very boring. Anyway, I wanted to make the first video of the year to talk about my music because that is what I breathe, what I eat, what I live on. That is very much my special interest. So why not start the year as I mean to go on by yapping about music, specifically my music. We'll get on to others at another point, probably. But today is about moi. This video is not scripted at all. I often, if I'm talking in front of a camera, I will have a script because I am autistic and I cannot for the life of me get my thoughts together in a concise way. So therefore, there will probably be a lot of cuts, which I apologize for, but also you're welcome in advance. This could get painful. So yeah, now that I've got that exposition out of the way, we can get onto the real bones of this video, which is I have an album coming out and I wanted to share some little facts, F-A-C-T-S, not the other one, because that is me. When is my album coming out? So my album is coming out on the 1st of February 2025, just so there's no misunderstanding. It is coming out this year on the 1st of February. What does the album art look like? The album art looks like this. Can you see it? Doesn't it look pretty? Thank you. It's okay. Mwah. I made it myself. Thank you. Thank you. I, at first, didn't quite know what I wanted to do for the album art. I thought, do I want my face to be on the cover like it was for my last release, my last EP? And I just thought I wasn't feeling it. It wasn't giving me what I wanted it to give me. It wasn't portraying what I wanted the album to portray. Instead of looking at this mug and getting distracted, I wanted people to listen to the music and sort of look at an image that portrays the artistry. I don't know why I said it like that. The artistry and the vibes that I wanted to give off, rather than just having my face like this, staring into the camera. Long story short, I basically just wanted the focus to be on the lyrics, the story, the message, and the actual music, rather than this ugly mug. Because especially if you follow my TikTok, you see this every day. You don't need to see more of it. Hello? Hello? Yes. I left my door open in hopes that one of my cats would come in. Baby! Hello? Hello? She's here, but she's not jumping up, so one moment, please. Come on. She's here. She's arrived. My baby. Hello. Don't flash that. I love you. I don't know where I was. You're distracting me. So I did post a little video of how I made my album art. However, I will go into a little bit more detail because when I posted that video, I was very, very monotone for no other reason than just I was annoyed at myself because I emptied the sink, and I was like, I did that before I filmed the behind the scenes that I wanted to film, and yes, of course I emptied it. So I just felt really stupid. So basically the way that I made my album art was I filled up my sink with water and I put some fake rose petals in. And for the lighting, I used one of my old phones and just put the torch on, just angled it in with the tripod. And I had my phone that I'm using to record this. I had that and I was like holding it like this, and then I was just going sort of making swirls in the water. At first I wanted to use my hand, but it looked really gross because I have hairy hands. So I thought, shave my knuckles first. And I didn't have time for that. So I just ended up not doing that. What I ended up doing was I just created the little swirls to get a little bit of movement to make it look interesting and more dynamics. The unedited photos, the lighting was really, really harsh. And it was just so boring to look at. If I have the raw photos, I will put them here. If not, just imagine like looking into your sink when it's full of water. So I basically edited it with the gallery editing tools and stuff to just really give it that dramatic edge, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope that you like it too. If not, that's fair enough. Taste is subjective, but also I hope people like it. But if you don't, that's completely fair enough. Like, that's cool, that's fine, that doesn't hurt me a bit. Like, that doesn't hurt my feelings at all. We can still be friends, I guess. Moving on. How many tracks are in my album? So there are 14 tracks. There are 11 songs with vocals, and there are 3 instrumentals. Why have I included 3 instrumental pieces? Well, let me tell you. Let me take you back. When I was around maybe 10 or 11, primary school age, I fell in love with piano. It was one of the first instruments that I remember learning and remember making me understand music and feel the music. So in this album, I really wanted to reconnect with that love and make some instrumental piano pieces, because I think, not to blow my own horn, I think it's one of my strengths. Making quite emotional and really pretty piano pieces, intricate piano pieces that I probably would not be able to play live, because I like to layer the piano and then realize I only have 2 hands and my hands are so small, they barely reach the octave. So I kind of screw myself over. But it sounds pretty. It's not just piano. I have added some, let's say, violins, MIDI violins. I do apologize for that. That just add that orchestral sound. And I just hope that the emotions come through. I think it does when I listen to it. However, I am 100% biased. All 3 pieces are a continuing story in order, and they are sort of a separate story from the songs with vocals. I do have some inspirations that helped me create the 3 pieces, and those inspirations are Mr. Magorium's Wonder Emporium, because of the piano aspect of that whole film. I feel like when I listened back to it, I thought, does this sound a bit too similar to some of the melodic pieces in there? But then I was like, fingers crossed it's not, because it wasn't intentional until I listened to it afterwards and I was immediately reminded of those films. And I love those films, and they do match the story that I want to create, which is essentially the three, in my opinion, stages of life: childhood, teens, adulthood. Childhood wonder, teen phase of growing out of it. Am I going to be able to accept it? Like, is this my life now? And then adulthood, where I still don't quite accept it, but I kind of have to live with it, unfortunately, because that's how the world works. But does it have to work like that? I personally don't think so. But those are the 3 stages of life that my instrumentals are portraying. The other inspiration is this film, which the title completely evades me. I really apologize, but I used to watch it all the time. I love it. I've not seen it in a while because, like I said, I can't remember the title. But give me a fantasy concept, fairy concept, a pretty fairy concept, an aesthetic fairy concept. I love it. Everything about it. The settings, the music, the fairies, the story. I was like, give me that on a platter and I'll put it into my music. And that's what I did. So those are my 2 main inspirations, and those are my 3 instrumental pieces. There's nothing that I pride myself more on than creating a nice, sad song. I don't know what that says about me, but that is truly my strength when I'm composing. I think I've got a lot of issues, but if it makes pretty music, we can ignore it for a little bit. That's okay. We'll ignore it for now. We won't mention it. So now it's time to move on to the 11 songs with vocals. I'm not going to go into detail of each individual one because that will take like so long. And this video is probably already so long, and I completely understand if you're bored by now. So let's get on to business. The album overall is water themed. My last release, my EP, was very earth-based with the floral themes. So this one is very water-based, as you probably were already aware, and I probably don't need to tell you, but I'm telling you anyway. The titular song, Push Me Under, is completely water-based, and I had so much fun creating the like reverby effects on my voice. There's nothing I love more than a good use of reverb and harmonies, which is a running theme throughout this album. I wanted all the pieces to be very cohesive. I didn't want them to sound exactly the same, but I wanted them to have a similar sound. I wanted them to have a similar concept to match the whole idea of the theme. It's water. It sounds like I'm in water, or on water, or surrounded by water. Even though I hate water, terrified of it, won't go anywhere near it, but will go on r/submechanophobia or r/thalassophobia, because sometimes I like scaring myself. I wanted to create this water theme because I still find water quite pretty, and as a theme for songs, it's such a pretty concept, and you can play around a lot with effects like plate and reverb and just the spacing of everything going around your head. There's nothing I love more than good layered vocals as well as layered pianos. I ascend. I will say that I didn't realise this at first. However, when I listened back to my music, I was heavily reminded of AURORA's style. The beautiful, amazing AURORA, who I adore. I adore her music so much, and the way that she uses her voice and the way that she spreads a message with her music. I really did not intend to create a Poundland version of her music, But when I listened back to it, I thought, now that I'm reminded of Aurora, I've gone on a really, really massive binge on Aurora's music again, which makes me really, really happy and also sad. Aurora's music makes me feel things, and that is what I really wanted in this album. I wanted people to feel things when listening to my music, so that's the reason why I make music. I make music to communicate. I make music to share messages, to share stories, and to evoke feelings from people, because that is how I get my feelings across. That is how I connect. So that's what I want my music to do. I want my music to connect with people, and I feel like Aurora does that really well. So it's definitely not as good as Aurora. However, if you like Aurora's music, maybe try giving this album a listen. You might like it, maybe. If not, you can just, like, I don't know, send me a DM telling me you hate it. Anyway, in conclusion, Aurora is my inspiration in hindsight, even though it wasn't intentional. Very much my subconscious inspiration, I guess. She's in here always. And that is a sign of a amazing artist. So, yeah. I guess listen to Aurora as well, but then also listen to my music, please. That would be amazing. Thank you. I don't really know what else to say. I've kind of run out. My social battery is gone, even though I'm just talking to a camera. That still happens somehow. My plans for this year are to make more content like this, like chatting to the camera, or more personality videos, because even though I am a musician first and foremost, I'm not actually showing who I am, mostly because I am not very good at it. I'm good at music, and that is about it. But I'm gonna try my hardest to, you know, create content that I enjoy, as well as hopefully you will enjoy, like some funny, silly little videos, as well as, you know, music content. I will still obviously keep up with the music content. That will never, ever, ever stop. That is my life. So I'm gonna leave it there because I've literally nattered on for so long that it's probably really painful to watch this video. But thank you so much for getting through it. I really appreciate everyone that is watching this. Even if you don't like it, you know what? I appreciate you for your opinion. It's probably justified. And I hope you had an amazing new year, and I hope you have an amazing year. Please listen to my album when it comes out, Push Me Under, 1st of February 2025 on pretty much all streaming platforms. I am also on TikTok at George Mason, and I'm on Instagram at George Mason Music. That is pretty much it, other than here on YouTube. If you would like to stick around a while, join my club, that'd be cool. My cute little fandom. That was really cringe. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you have a good day/night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!